Okay. I'm gonna try and stay as candid as possible in regards to this particular news, but at the same time, I feel like there is a rant incoming at the moment. I hope you guys understand my point of view and not misrepresent it or misinterpret it in any other way. I hope I get the message through.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I know we have a match coming up against Nottingham Forest, but in all honesty, I can't be bothered doing previews in the last few weeks, and the way our season has gone, it's just made it a bit sour. We've got the 40 points, so we're safe. So I don't really want to talk too much about the game. Maybe I'll touch on it right at the end. There's quite a lot of stuff to go through, heaps of transfer news as well. But most importantly, we're going to start from this particular news here. Look, I'm going to try and paint a picture. And I hope you guys can stick around for this and appreciate what I have to say. And even if you don't appreciate, I hope you can comment in the comment section and let me know. This particular news came about, I think, a couple of days ago. It broke from Brazil, and I didn't pay too much attention. I saw a lot of people commenting on it, tweeting about it, in regards to Thiago Silva possibly wanting to leave for Brazil. I didn't pay too much attention because I thought, like, you know what, I'll wait till one of the big dogs out there in the likes of Fabrizio Romano or Matt Law or David Einstein, they come out and post a particular article on it. And surely enough, Mr. Matt Law has not disappointed. He's come up with an article. Now, it is a little bit of a speculation, but at the same time, it is somewhat of a confirmation as well that if by any chance Thiago Silva wants to leave, then Chelsea will not stand in his way. Now, I don't have any issues about Thiago Silva leaving. A lot of people are getting this misunderstood, and I see this on social media. Everyone, there's a large portion that's actually having a go at Thiago Silva, or actually are quite okay with the whole situation that, he's 39, let him go. And again, the whole talk about, he's 39, he doesn't have the pace, he doesn't have the intensity. All of that is floating into the surface, and it's so disrespectful, knowing that Thiago Silva has has been one of our best defenders and the best players since he's arrived at Chelsea Football Club. He's been one of the best defenders in the Premier League since he's arrived. And the fact that now these news, they're floating about, it's amazing to see how the fan base and the mind, how it all works, and how quickly we can get brainwashed by reading some of these things and quickly turn against some of these players. As I said, don't misunderstand, don't misrepresent, don't misinterpret me when I say I've got no issues about Thiago Silva leaving. I've got more issues about how this is transpired. All right, and I'm going to elaborate on that. First of all, breaking: Chelsea unlikely to stand in Thiago Silva's way should he inform them he wants to move back to Brazil this summer. This is from Matt Law. Further goes on to say Silva made his frustration at Chelsea's disappointing season clear following the Champions League elimination to Real Madrid, accusing co-controlling owners Todd Boehly and Behdad Eghbali of making an incorrect step. Breaking: Chelsea unlikely to stand in the way of Thiago Silva if Brazilian informs the club that he wishes to make an emotional return to Fluminense this summer. And goes on to say Thiago is not among the players the club plan to actively try to move on at the end of the season as part of the bid to cut the size of the squad. It's unclear whether or not Chelsea would demand any sort of fee for Silva. Now, the picture that I was talking about. Can we put our hand on our heart and say that this season, and I'm not going to fabricate anything, and I'm not going to make up anything, but can we actually say, hand on our heart, that this season has been shambolic? Yes? No? Yeah? You'd agree, right? If we agree that this season has been shambolic, and if we also agree that our owners this season have made catastrophic decisions that will probably have impact on this team for a couple of seasons to go. Thiago Silva is not the only one in recent times that's had that outburst. Don't forget Raheem Sterling's interview as well recently, how he's come out and said there's certain things that just not, the decisions haven't been great. Managers come in, they've had no control. Raheem wants the next manager to have complete control. Kai Havertz stating, all of a sudden, Thomas Tuchel, a successful manager, has been sacked. Didier Drogba recently coming out and saying he doesn't recognize his Chelsea. Cesc Fabregas saying it's like 11 olives in the field, no tactics. No one's making any of this news up. No one's creating a fear-mongering situation in the club. Well, certainly not me. But it is worrisome. It is worrisome to see experienced managers who don't seem to be, in the same line with the board and the owner's visions, in the likes of Luis Enrique and the likes of, Nagelsmann. Apparently, there's articles out there stating that he was unclear of the structure and how, where the project was heading. Jose Mourinho apparently recently also saying that, he's refused the advanced sort of approach from Chelsea, any advancements from Chelsea. Now, I'm not saying let's get all of these managers. Okay, I might have wanted Luis Enrique, but the point what I'm trying to say is that it seems to be a pattern where these experienced managers, experienced players now, in the likes of Thiago Silva, possibly wanting to leave. Don't forget, we will have Azpilicueta leaving as well. There's rumors about Kovacic wanting to leave as well. The Athletic article recently outlining the damning nature of what has transpired in Chelsea Football Club this season, how players, there's two, groups in training. There's not enough room in the changing room. There's issues about wages. Some people will take a pay cut. Some people won't take a pay cut. There was issues around how the managers have no control. Players are uncertain about their future. Players are also very, very weary about the long-term contracts that they've signed. Some players who are not even touted to leave the club are also worried about the club. So none of these things I'm making up. And these things are clear to see. As soon as the owners came in, from a managerial standpoint, it's been mistake after mistake after mistake, to the point that we have Frank Lampard right now. And even Frank Lampard, with the shenanigans he's done, it's not worked out for the new owners and their decisions. Some of the transfers that we did in January, was it totally necessary? Of course, new toys, new shiny toys, fantastic. But was it all necessary? The mannerism of how we manage some of these players, they've been mismanaged so badly. Even the ones that we brought in only recently, now we're seeing Noni Madueke start. What happened previously? Mudryk is still, we're finding it very difficult to incorporate him in. He doesn't start on a regular basis. Chukwuemeka is a classic example. Omari Hutchinson is another example. In this shambolic season, we've not been able to incorporate some of these players in. Aubameyang, yes, not part of the future, but he's been mistreated. Why was he brought in? So this is what I'm trying to refer in regards to Thiago Silva. I'm not concerned that he wants to leave. He's 39. He has every right to leave. He has every right to leave. He's given it enough. He has every right to finish off with a bang, go back home in Brazil, Fluminense, his boyhood, club, this, that, the other. Fantastic. I'm more concerned about how it's all transpired and what is the message, the morale, what is the crux of this situation. It makes me think a player like Thiago Silva does not believe in the direction of Chelsea Football Club heading and does not want to be part of this circus show that's going on. Look how long it's taking us to get the whole Pochettino appointment done as well. Rightly or wrongly so, I'm actually glad that Poch is taking his time, making sure he gets all the clauses right. But all of this stuff does pose some level of confidence being shattered. These players see the kind of stuff that's going on. Don't forget, when Poch comes in, it's not going to be so easy for him. We have to get rid of so many players. And I'm going to touch on that. We cannot sit here and say that this is not somewhat concerning. That players in the caliber of Thiago Silva, who signed a contract extension in February, mind you, willingly, club gave him a contract extension as well. And after his outburst recently, public outburst, talking against the owners, talking against the club. Not even against, he was just stating facts. He was stating what we were feeling. And now all of a sudden there's rumors about Chelsea won't stand in his way if he wants to leave. You saw how Belle Silva reacts in social media. Her last, the last time we lost, she tweeted out, "It hurts. I don't know how to handle him when he goes home, when Thiago goes home." And it's not just Thiago Silva. I'm pretty sure many players, from a confidence standpoint, they're shattered. And I'm very, very sure their family members are probably hurting as well. So the message that I'm trying to send here is not that, oh, why is Thiago Silva leaving? Of course, that in itself hurts too, because next season, without any sort of leadership, all of these young players, no recollection of that Chelsea sort of identity, which has disappeared this season anyway, but even more so next season. I'm worried all of these new players, they won't know what Chelsea is. They won't know what Chelsea is. Losing, it was nice to think that Thiago Silva was going to stick around for at least one more season. But as I said, the message isn't about him wanting to leave. He can leave. He deserves better. It's more about the broader perspective. People don't seem to have that electric confidence about the direction where Chelsea is going. And this is not just me saying it. This is many players, managers coming out and talking about it. This is not fear-mongering. This is just a case of being cautious, being aware. Some people are saying, "Oh, you're going to be the first one jumping up and down when things turn around and when Chelsea comes back on top again." Of course I will be. I'm not stupid. I'm commenting based on what I'm seeing now. I'm commenting based on the facts that is presented now. I can't be just coming here and go, oh, willy-nilly optimistic off the back of how the season has transpired. Of course, if I see progress and prolonged period of success, which shows us moving forward, I'm not going to come here and be stubborn. That's plain stupid. Why should I be stubborn? Circumstances should allow a certain person to change their opinions. But right now, the circumstance is bleak. The Athletic article, several players, ex-players. Many people are talking about all of this stuff. And on top of that, compounding this with this particular now information. These are and don't forget, there were also articles about certain, head of scouts from Real Madrid that we were trying to get last summer. They didn't want to come in because they felt that our owners just interfere too much. And there was another particular article recently about another head scout that we tried to approach, and they felt the same feelings as well, the same sentiment. And check this out. This was another case that our owners, when they first came in, when they got rid of everyone, right? They brought this particular person in. Now have a look at this particular news. These are the things that really makes me think, what? Like, someone needs to get a hold of. You know what? I'm completely on board with how the rumors recently are coming out in regards to how we are looking for a CEO or that sporting director, because we need it. We need this football club to be sort of taken away a little bit from the owners, because the owners have made a mess. They just need to sit back and understand and learn now. Chelsea brought in an external law firm to investigate whether their president of business, Tom Glick, acted appropriately when he told a female agent that her complaints to him about the behavior of the club executive did not interest him and were not relevant to his job. I mean, this is from Jacob Steinberg. More circus show at Chelsea Football Club with news like such. This particular brother was brought in by our new owners to look after our president of business. And now we have an external law firm that's been brought in to investigate on this brother who seemingly had a bit of misconduct or mistreated a female agent. It's just, it's all mad. It's all mad. All right. Let me know how you feel about the whole Thiago Silva situation. Please understand my sentiment, where I'm coming from. Not about per se him leaving, because he was always going to leave one day. It's more about how this is transpiring and the broader perspective of Chelsea Football Club. Please comment on that and let me know how you feel about that. Now, let's talk about some Chelsea transfer news and whiz through some of this stuff. To sell players, you have to receive the right proposals. It's easy to say Chelsea will sell 17 to 20 players after what happened last summer with many players. For example, Lukaku, they don't want to accept loan deals. So at some point, clubs have to arrive and pay in real money for permanent moves. Yeah, we got to get rid of... Look, apparently we want to change our loan system as well. We don't want to be just sending players out on loan for no apparent purpose. We're going to be sending players out on loan that we truly think has a future at Chelsea Football Club, can be part of the Chelsea setup, first team setup. And those are the players that we're going to be, spending time on. And any other players that don't show some form of, caliber, we're going to get rid of. That's how it should have been always. We've been sending Baba Rahman, Lucas Piers on, back in the yesterdays, and then Bakayoko and all of these players on loan. That's got to stop. If we don't believe in them, they need to go. We have to do that. Under Chelsea's new strategy, led by sporting director Paul Winstonley and Lawrence Stewart, only players viewed as genuine first-team prospects will be sent on overseas loan. If Chelsea feels a player is not benefiting from the program or it's not in the plans of the manager, the club will look to sell them on. Oh, perfect. This is how it should be, and it should have been like that from the get-go. I think we've made quite a lot of money out of all of these loans that we've sent. It's been a great money driver, but it's not the way to deal with players, man. They're human beings at the end of the day. Ethan Ampadu, Malang Sarr, and Henry Lawrence are expected to leave Chelsea. Maurizio Pochettino will have his say on futures of Romelu Lukaku and Callum Hudson-Odoi once appointed. Nizar Kinsella, why? This guy needs to go as well, man. Hudson-Odoi has no future at Chelsea Football Club. He's failed at Bundesliga as well. Similarly with Romelu Lukaku, but I'm thinking we are a bit stuck on this one because the striker market is crazy. It's expensive and it's crazy. So we might be stuck with that one. Chelsea are planning with João Felix for next season. It will be about the negotiations with Madrid in the next weeks. All right. Well, look, I've got no issues. I think if he stays, fantastic news. Great, great artillery for us next season. If he doesn't, we'll move on. It's concrete possibility that Kovacic leaves Chelsea. There's another experienced player. Once again, I'm okay for Kovacic to leave. It's just the broader message. We need some level of experience in the club, right? I know Kante is going to stick around, but who are the next batch of leaders? It's not going to be easy for Chelsea Football Club next season. We do need to build a new regime. We do need to build a new batch of leaders. I get it. I understand it. But it's pain. It's going to be pain. And you got to brace yourself for this pain. Chelsea are around 85 to 90% stage of the process. Final details with Poch and the deal. And then the deal should be completed in the next days. This Poch final stages, man. Many final stages. One of Chelsea's directors is appreciating Onana in a special way, so therefore they are monitoring him. Look, I don't mind Onana one bit. I think he's a good goalkeeper, but of course there's some flaws as well, but better than what we have at the moment, I think. I think in Milan's mind, Mike Maignan is worth more than 85 million. No goalkeeper should be worth this much. My first choice would be Mike Maignan, but 85 million, you're having a laugh. You're absolutely having a laugh. Moses Caicedo's one to watch for Chelsea in the summer. Let's see on Pochettino. Many clubs in England are interested in Manuel Ugarte. His agent is Jorge Mendes. Jorge Mendes is his agent. I had no idea about that. Obviously, Portuguese, league player, not Portuguese player. I think he's Uruguayan, but Portuguese-based player. Not surprised Jorge Mendes is connected. And Jorge Mendes is massive friends with Todd Boehly. So hopefully there is a link coming up with Chelsea ASAP. I would love to have Ugarte in Chelsea Football Club, knowing that Declan Rice probably moving to Arsenal. Moses Caicedo probably worth around, they're saying about 80 million, which is mad. Ugarte would be a very, very decent acquisition. Atletico Madrid are keeping an eye on Aubameyang, but we know about Barcelona too. Look, Auba's time's over, so he can leave. Chelsea's board are very happy with João Felix's attitude and performances. Looks like Chelsea This is once again from Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea are keen. Chelsea are keen on João Felix. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're hating on João Felix, start appreciating him. Start feeling confident about him, because he may stick around, which, look, it's not a bad thing. Chelsea will try until the end to extend Mason Mount. We'll see how this transpires. Poch probably wants this guy, and I've got no issues with it. Whether this happens or not, considering what level of money he wants, length of contract. Don't forget, we don't have Europe, so he's not going to get that level of money. Some players have already taken a wage reduction. Is his place in the starting 11 confirmed? I don't think so. Matej Kovacic exploring his options. We've touched on that. And last but not least, Chelsea are very confident on Gaga Slolina to be goalkeeper for the future. Once again, from Fabrizio Romano. And further goes on to say, Chelsea are very excited for Gaga Slolina to show himself on the big stage at the Under-20 World Cup, which is just around the corner. Look, I'm absolutely fine with bringing in a new keeper, getting rid of Mendy and Kepa if we can. I think Mendy will probably go. He wants to go. He's not going to get that contract extension that he desires at Chelsea Football Club. And Kepa, there is flaws. Yeah, he's not the goalkeeper that we want to move forward with down the track. So I've got no issues with bringing in a new goalkeeper in the likes of Onana, in the likes of Emiliano Martinez, and having Slolina as a backup. I've got no issues with that at all. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you felt about everything we've spoken about. Most importantly, Thiago Silva case. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this. And as I said, don't misinterpret, don't misunderstand where I'm coming from. Listen to what I've said and then comment adequately. Hope you've enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. And yeah, in regards to the match preview, Nottingham Forest, look, at home, Stamford Bridge. Hopefully we get a victory. It's going to be a tough game. Nottingham Forest, they're still fighting in the relegation battle. So I don't know what to predict. I'm hoping Chelsea win. Off the back of that victory against Bournemouth, I hope we can continue on. Maybe we get a 2-1 victory. Let's see what happens. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.